Jason Whitlock, Marcellus Wiley. We're joined now by Fox NBA analyst, Iceberg Jim Jackson. All right, let's move to the NBA, where the Warriors easily blew out the Knicks last night. New York has long been rumored to be one of Kevin Durant's most likely destinations if he leaves in free agency this summer. And Knicks legend Walt Clyde Frazier says that if KD brings a title back to Madison Square Garden, it would put him on the same level as Michael Jordan and LeBron James. I completely agree with Clyde Frazier here. And I think same level is tough, but it puts him in that conversation. And Kobe was in this spot, I think, after Shaq left. When Kobe, by getting those additional 2 championships, elevated himself greatly in the discussion of all-time greats. And if Kevin Durant, to me, goes to New York and brings the title there, I think he vaults past Kobe Bryant and puts himself where you can actually have a conversation about he and LeBron James. Not Michael Jordan, in my opinion, but LeBron James.
Boy, you crazy.
No MJ.
No
MJ, no, right? Just
no. Walt Frazier. We call this the two-hand tap. You ever say something and then someone just comes up to you and you're like, what'd I say? Bruce Bowen got the two-hand tap, you know, when Bruce Bowen was talking about Kawhi Leonard, and all of a sudden, ooh, it got really harsh for him. He got the axe. Kurt Warner has done this before, and Walt Frazier's trying to walk it back too, saying, in the summer, it didn't sound with the same energy as what he's saying now. Oh, you can enter the GOAT conversation. Before, it's like, oh, you went somewhere, they didn't need you, and they whoa, that's smoke. And I think that he's trying to walk that back. That said, golly, Kevin Durant is a mega baller, mega star, no matter which team he's on. #1 media market in the world is New York. We get it in our country. Why? Because they can sell the message better than anybody. What they selling right now is, come here, and if you win here, and we haven't won in 40-plus years, oh, my God, everything changes. Not so true. Same reason why they say that they're the Mecca of basketball. A little archaic. No one's sitting there saying, I go to New York and that's where only ballers are. So for me, this is just a lot of mixed signals trying to get a guy in recruiting, but not keeping it thorough, not keeping it 100. Go to the Clippers if you really want to go somewhere where they haven't won.
Why do we always get back to the Clippers?
Because that's the best. That maximum impact in the NBA right now is a star going to the Clippers and winning championships.
Not true.
Not true. I agree with Walt from this. I think LeBron put himself in a separate category when he went back to Cleveland and won it, even though he had Kyrie and Kevin Love. He kind of separated himself by going back and doing that. For Kevin Durant to be able to go and do it, it won't be on his own because he's going to need 2 other people to help do it when he gets to wherever he goes, if he went to New York. So it would put him in a different category. But also what Walt said, asterisk by his name, okay, which I think is the key here because the 2 he won in Golden State, and he might win a 3rd, I don't know. I think you got to be careful with asterisks because in history, we can all put asterisks on something. I can say, well, when Bill Russell played, it was only 8 other teams he had to play against, so the level of competition wasn't that good. I can say when San Antonio won it in 98-99, hell, it was a lockout season. We didn't play a full season. Or I can say the Houston Rockets back-to-back.
No Jordan.
No Jordan. So we can pick and choose how we want to put an asterisk on something, but all of those teams that won it had to do it in the time frame in which they play. And Kevin Durant just happens to be in a time frame where guys are more likely to jump ship, to go somewhere else and play in order to get a championship. Because what we look at Barkley differently if he had won it in Houston, because even though he went at the end of his career, he went to chase a championship.
Yes, he did.
You know, but he didn't win it. So I think we got to be careful once we start talking about that because that puts you in a different frame and a different conversation.
Having said that, though, I don't get it, Marcellus. You think, honest to goodness, New York is the media capital of the world, even though Silicon Valley's trying to usurp them. But if he brings a championship to the Knicks, you don't think that changes the conversation about Kevin Durant significantly?
I think it will in terms of volume. Look, the messaging will be in a volume and a quantity that's just like, it's going to elevate him because he's going to be in that conversation more so than any other place because it is the media market. But then we're going to dive into the details. Who else came with him? Like, to Jimmy's point, he's not doing it by himself, so who else is on that roster? It's almost like he has to go to a bare bones roster, and then he's going to get the proper respect. Because if he goes there with stars, then we're going to hear that conversation.
All he needs to be is the very best player on that team.
He's been that on the last 2 championships.
There's an argument about Steph.
NBA MVP,
here's
finals.
the problem, though. They won it before. So his added value, you can't quantify it because they won it before. If he goes to New York, and let's say it's a guy that's right up underneath him in regards to his talent, but Kevin Durant is still the lead dog, you are going to look at him a little bit differently and say, you know what, you came to a place where we haven't won it since, what, 74? So now that does elevate him in regards to how you look at, can he carry a team and win a championship even with somebody else? The answer would be yes if he does it.
So let's don't kid ourselves. Scottie Pippen was a hell of a player.
Yes.
Playing alongside Michael. It's like Michael didn't do it all by himself. Scottie Pippen. And so I would give Kevin Durant a lot of credit and respect if he went to New York and won a title. Coming up, turns out Lil Wayne didn't have the most controversial outfit at the national championship game. The best and worst of social media